English World, Level 6. Pupils Book, pages 40 and 41. Unit 3. What is going to happen next? Reading.
Danger at the old house. On Jack's birthday, Uncle Ted gave him a fishing rod. Uncle Ted took Jack and his sister Mary to the river. They fished all day, but they didn't see any fish and none of them caught anything. The next day, the weather was cloudy and dull. The stream looked grey and gloomy. "It doesn't look so pretty today," said Mary sadly. They set up their rods and began fishing, but still no one caught a single fish.
"I can't understand it," said Uncle Ted. "The stream should be full of fish this early on in the season. I've never known it so empty."
Jack looked upstream. In the distance, he saw an old building. It was built across the water.
"What's that building?"
he asked.
"It was a ruin until a few months ago,"
said Uncle Ted.
"Nobody ever went there. But then a man called Sid Scrubb and his brother Harry bought it. Now it's a small factory where material is hand-dyed. The material is sold to make clothes and tablecloths. Lots of people work at the factory, but they say that Sid Scrubb and his brother are not very nice. They have bad tempers."
Jack looked at the building through his binoculars. It looked like an interesting place.
"Can Mary and I go and have a look?"
he asked.
"I don't know about that," said Uncle Ted. "You don't want to bump into Sid Scrubb, do you?"
"We'll be very careful,"
said Mary. Uncle Ted thought for a moment.
"All right," he said, "but you must not go too near the building. Do you promise?"
"Yes, we promise,"
said Jack and Mary. They set off along the bank towards the old building. As they got closer, they could see it still looked like a ruin. All the windows had wooden boards over them. There were lots of tiles missing from the roof, and weeds grew out of gaps in the walls. Someone had put barbed wire along the top of the fence and nailed a large "Keep Out" sign to the wall. At the front of the building was a gate. It was locked with a heavy padlock.
"It's a scary-looking place, isn't it?" said Mary. "I don't think I like it very much at all."
"They don't want visitors, do they?"
said Jack. Mary walked carefully down to the water's edge and peered under the old building. She saw that the water flowed underneath it and through a heavy iron grid. The grid looked old and rusty. From there, it flowed into a deep, dark pool. Suddenly, she let out a gasp of horror.
"Jack! Jack! Come quickly! Look at this! It's awful!"
Jack ran over to her. He looked to where she was pointing. There, trapped behind the grid, were lots of dead fish. Mary shuddered.
"How terrible! Those poor fish! They're all dead, aren't they? What has happened to them?"
"Shh!" whispered Jack.
"Listen, I can hear something. Someone's coming this way."
Jack pulled Mary back against the wall of the house. Suddenly, a door opened, and Jack and Mary heard men's voices. The voices came closer and closer.
"I tell you, Sid," said a voice, "I saw some kids." "I can't see any kids here, Harry," said Sid. "You must have imagined it. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Now stop making such a fuss. Shut the door and let's get back to work."
After the door had banged shut, Jack let out a sigh of relief.
"I don't like this place at all,"
said Mary. "There's something very bad happening here."
Pupils Book, page 44, Unit 3. Grammar in Conversation. Activity 1. Listen and read.
Look what I've found.
What are they?
Old photos.
Oh,
Look at Mum. Her dress is pretty, isn't it?
I don't know.
And here's Dad. His glasses are funny, aren't they?
Yeah?
Oh, look at the baby. He's so sweet, isn't he? You're bored, aren't you? In fact, you're asleep, aren't you?
Pupils Book, page 44, Unit 3. Grammar in Conversation. Activity 2. Listen and repeat.
It's an interesting photo, isn't it? That man's very tall, isn't he? This girl is clever, isn't she? The children are noisy, aren't they? We're having fun, aren't we? You're tired, aren't you?
Pupils Book, page 45, Unit 3. Spelling.
Some words end in DGE. The letters sound like J. Mary walked carefully down to the water's edge.
Pupils Book, page 45, Unit 3. Spelling. Activity 1. Listen and say these words. Circle the words you already know.
Edge, badge, hedge, splodge, wedge, bridge.
Pupils Book, page 45. Activity 4. Listen and sing.
It's a great day, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it a great day, isn't it? What do you say? Everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. A great day, isn't it? What do you say?
Sing again. Pupils Book, page 47, Unit 3. Listening. Activity 2. Look, Listen and read.
Kingfisher Valley, Part 3. Do you remember? Dan, Meg, and Meg's dog, Patch, went for a walk in Kingfisher Valley. They saw a kingfisher and a lynx. Dan took photos. At Hawkwood House, they saw Miss Havers speaking to a man. Later, they saw the man on TV. His name was Ken Roach. He said he had big plans for the town. He also said that his plans were a secret. The next morning, Dan, Meg and Patch were in town. They were walking past the Grand Hotel when they saw Ken Roach.
Look, it's Ken Roach, isn't it?
Ken Roach was coming out of the hotel. He was walking towards his car. His driver was walking behind him. He was carrying a lot of boxes and Ken Roach's briefcase. The driver put all the boxes and the briefcase on the ground. He opened the car door for Ken Roach. The driver started to put all the boxes into the car. Ken Roach spoke to him angrily.
Hurry up! I haven't got all day.
The car drove off quickly. When it had gone, Dan saw something on the ground. He pointed to it.
Look, he's forgotten his briefcase.
Oh, yes.
Dan picked up the briefcase.
Let's take it home.
But that's stealing. We mustn't do that.
It's okay. We're not stealing the briefcase. We're just borrowing it.
They went home with the briefcase. Dan put it on the table in the living room.
Come on, let's open it.
Well, I don't know. It isn't ours.
We're not going to steal anything. We're just looking, okay?
Well...
Fantastic, it isn't locked.
Dan opened the briefcase. Inside, there were some big pieces of paper.
What are they, Dan?
They're plans. Building plans. Meg, these are building plans for Kingfisher Valley. I don't believe it. He's going to build hundreds of houses.
He's going to cut down the forest.
This is terrible.
What's going to happen to the river and the birds and the animals?
This is a disaster.
There were some letters in the briefcase. Dan picked one up and read it.
This is interesting.
What does it say, Dan?
Well, Ken Roach wants to buy the valley.
Right.
But he hasn't bought it yet.
Oh, so who does the valley belong to?
Well, this letter says that the valley belongs to Miss Havers.
What can we do? Can we do anything?
I don't know, but we must try. We must try to stop Ken Roach and his plans.
But how? What can we do?
Well, the first thing we must do is this. We must go and speak to Miss Havers.